Hi, thanks for tuning in. Today's stream is brought to you by Collab Currency, the leading investor in Web3 consumer products, an internet game, which is the game you're about to be watching. Our next guest is the founder and CEO of Planet Mojo, which is going to be a kick-ass auto battler crypto game. I played it. It's a shit ton of fun. Let's dive in.
All right, we're about to bring up Mojo Mike.
Mojo Mike.
You want to bring him in?
I do not have permissions. Let's see.
Mojo Mike, you are live, sir.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Cool. You have to help me get into this game, whatever madness you've gotten me into here.
Well, that sounds about right. All right, so let's see here. What are you seeing? Do you want to share your window, and we'll give that one a look?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm playing. Is it? Okay, here we go. So this is where I should be, right?
Let's see here. So,
or did you give me a different link? Oh, play. Oh no. Okay. Hold on. Wrong link.
And did you get the game token or the S2 ticket?
I'm not sure. Wait a minute. I got the S2.
Yes. Okay, awesome.
It's been a point of struggle for us so far, Mike.
Yeah.
I can't claim that was intentional. Hold on. Let me make sure I got the right wallet here. Oh, crap.
Let me know when you're comfortable putting your screen on. Just don't want to have any.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Sure.
What did I? There we go. Let's see where did I find this? Oh yeah. Okay, this should work. Oh crap! Hold on. Connecting my ledger. Just to be clear, there's no way I can play that. Hold on. Clearly,
and hey,
I was gonna say I can't play that game and answer questions at the same time.
Yeah. So we're probably gonna hold that one off to the end here.
Okay.
I was thinking the way we could structure this out is let's just do a little introduction of Planet Mojo. Let's get to playing the game. While playing the game, we'll take some Q&A from the crowd. So for those of you who don't know, I'm going to give just a slight background, but I'm sure Mike's going to do a far better job than I will. Planet Mojo is a crypto game auto battler similar to Dota 2 Hearthstone, or I believe it was Battlefront. Am I getting that right?
Dota 2 Underlords, Teamfight Tactics.
Teamfight Tactics. There we go. My Rolodex got mixed up there. And the launch is coming sometime in Q4. So I got a little bit of an alpha test with this game with Steve McKeon, and it was the first time I've ever played with this specific type of game format before, and I was hooked. I'm still getting a little bit of an itch, like even to this day, to keep playing
Nice
Planet Mojo. Yeah, I'm excited, and I'm bummed I lost. I didn't want to end on that note.
You didn't have to admit that.
I wear it on my sleeve.
I think I'm in the game, but we can do that at the end, like you said.
Okay, awesome. So in as few words as possible, what is Planet Mojo?
Yeah, let's see. Planet Mojo is a mysterious planet, first of all, with an evolving narrative. It's host to legions of creatures who are formed in clans, and this mysterious event has occurred kind of at the point in the story we're at. If you watch our cinematic on our website or YouTube, you can see it. And that opens the door to some magical things happening on the planet, including these mojos being born, which are these plant-based creatures that the planet kind of gives life to battle this new threat. And so the game is an auto chess game, and these games usually take place in seasons, and so this story that we're building will evolve over the seasons. And our real grand vision is to have a suite of games that if you own the NFTs, these characters, the Mojos, champions, you'll be, and skins and other things, be able to bring them into our different games as well, and have all kinds of advantages and perks, of course, to owning them. So but the first game is called Mojo Melee, and we've been doing live play tests, as you know. We're doing some big ones this week with our NFT holders we're excited about, and hope to be in open beta very soon.
So my follow-up question, you kind of just nailed that one right there. I was going to say, how do I get started? Well, what do I need to know to play this game? Q4 is probably a time to be watching out.
Well, yeah, I mean, first and foremost, just join our Discord, follow us on Twitter. If you don't own these NFTs or didn't sign up, that's fine, because very soon we're going to be opening it up to everyone. We just really wanted to do some live play tests first. You can play against bots in the game like other games, but these games are meant to be PvP. They're more fun that way. And so we wanted to get that kind of real-time feedback, which we have. We've been having ranked TFT players play it and others. So we just want to make sure the game, I think we're going to get into this, but we want to make sure the game is fun first and foremost, because that's important, and to have people keep playing it and want to sort of progress, through seasons and ranks and sort of the whole meta around the game, which we're also adding into it. So yeah, cool. And we're a group of seasoned game developers who've learned a lot about crypto and have some crypto experts on board as well. But yeah, we've learned a lot about this space. We've been in it now almost a year and really have a good handle on where we want to go with it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I'm happy you mentioned fun first, because I that's one of the things I am like always kind of banging on my platform, is that if it's not fun, it doesn't matter. What does fun first mean to you? I notice it's in the Planet Mojo bio.
Sure. I mean, and this sort of again was this evolution of us understanding this space and coming into it. Play to earn was all the big rage, and we never really said that. We said play and earn, but I've sort of decided now, just sort of attack, even though there are ways you can earn to these games, it's a bad idea to sort of name them after them, because it sets a false precedent in a way. And you can earn in Web 2 games. You can play Magic the Gathering tournaments and Counter-Strike and Endless. It's just for a certain section of people who are interested in that. But first and foremost, you're never going to get to that if the game isn't fun. And, as we're launching our game in WebGL first, but then we're going to be taking it to mobile early next year. And we really look at the future of this space as trying to bring in Web 2 players and on having them slowly convert into understanding about crypto and wanting to have a wallet. And because the reality is there's a lot more of them than there are people who understand this space, follow this space. I think I was just listening to you at the end of the last podcast about Bored Apes and the amount of, I didn't know there was that few holders. And yeah, it's like, that's not a viable business model, right? So you have to be able to bring in Web 2 game. That's why you're also seeing a lot of funding come into this space, because investors believe Web 3 games are a vehicle to bring in Web 2 people. We're supposedly good at that, and we've set up our whole onboarding process to be very friendly to Web 2 gamers.
Okay, and so onboarding process, you're bringing on Web 2 gamers, but of course you need the first people to get onto this game and start playing it. Why should someone want to play Planet Mojo now instead of a year down the road?
Sure. I mean, I think also a good segue from what we were just talking about is like why you want to own the NFTs now, what value does that bring you, etc. And right from the start, even though we've made it easy for Web 2 people, like if you are a Web 3 person, you're going to be able to connect your wallet. If you own NFTs, there's all kinds of value that you'll have in owning them, from inside the game. We've built systems to sort of monitor how many you own and give you in-game perks, basically, ability to win more rewards. It's not pay to win, so you're going to be competing against people who don't own them. But there's also going to be exclusive tournaments, ability to get airdropped our token, win our token in rewards, eventually staking, all the sort of normal Web3 abilities that are kind of becoming the norm, that we see that people want. Those will all be available to Web3 people. And for the Web2 people, like, we'll give them non-NFT versions in limited fashion, rotating them out of our store to sort of be able to play with and grind up to turn them into NFTs at a discount, let's say. Just like free to play, you can either buy it up front or you work hard to get a better deal, and possibly free.
Okay. So in the last cycle, man, I got to work on my segues too. I this is my first time doing an interview like this, so I appreciate your patience with me. In the last cycle, we saw many games go up, and we saw even more go down. So you have a background as a game developer, and so when you're thinking about buying into a crypto game, what are the red flags that you're looking out for?
Sure. Great question. I mean, first and foremost for me, it's that the team actually has experience making and delivering games. When I came into this space, it was kind of the opposite. The teams were much more crypto heavy, and it's like, boy, it's not that easy to ship a game, period. And so looking for teams that have done it successfully, depending on the platform and genre they're going for, looking at their backgrounds. But even beyond that, just looking at the design, the execution, the plan on the game side. To me, red flags are when it's the other way, when there's too much emphasis on some, crazy tokenomics plan that's very complicated and 30 pages to read. We've always kind of taken the opposite approach of just trying to keep the token simple and not have it be something that can drag the game down, which we've seen in other games. Have it be more of a reward system and eventual governance with a DAO.
Okay. That's actually really cool. I didn't know you were going for the full decentralization route.
Oh, yeah. We're on a path of progressive decentralization. And we've always involved our community heavily, and we plan to, and more increasingly, like when we decide what our next game will be, we definitely want to put that up for a vote.
Yeah.
You guys can keep playing. I don't mind watching you playing.
All right, I'm ready.
I need some tips. I can answer questions and watch. I just can't play and watch.
Okay, perfect. In that
we'll
case,
walk you
I'll
through
go.
it, Mike. Are we good to share your screen?
Oh, you want me to play?
Oh, I'm with whatever. We can get jacked.
Yeah, I can play too. I'm gonna die though, so I probably need to be finish the questions then I'll play.
Okay. So I've got one final question, and also now we're entering the more of the conversational aspect. By the way, anyone listening, if you have a question, drop it into the comments. We'll send it on up. One of the things I loved was the fact that you have not released the token, where it seemed like everybody was just like token, boom, token, yeah, land sale, token, and it was like you'd all this money without any like evidence to show where it's going. Can you tell me about the decision to kind of reverse that process?
Yeah, again, we try to do what makes sense. And to us, our plan always was to not release the token until the game was out, till it had true utility in the game, till the game was balanced. We raised money from Animoca and other great funds like Collab and Currency. So we felt we weren't reliant on a token sale. It's something we're definitely interested in doing down the road, but we first want to introduce it to the community. Again, have the game be fun and balanced, introduce it through rewards, and then look at more IDOs in that route. Mm-hmm. It just makes more sense to us when there's extreme demand, for it as well. And then the market kind of happens, so we're definitely not in a rush right now.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. Also, when you have that energy behind it, I think one of the greatest 99% of tokens are useless. Ronan, do you agree with that? I'm playing.
Get in there. Yeah, I think that's like, everyone's trying to launch something, right? But at the end of the day, only very, very few are going to be able to maintain value. So, Mike, I don't know if you can see what's going on this screen right here, but we got Jack's second attempt today. But
I was watching you guys, and I even rewound on your live stream. But this is who made this game, by the way.
so it's Internet Game. The founder's Krish, and Jack would know the other founder's actual name.
So they're making all the games. That's cool.
Yeah, basically, and you buy the season ticket just like you did.
Yeah.
And yeah, you get the idea. Pretty cool. It reminds me of when I used to play mini clip back in the day when in middle school. It's that sort of.
Well, I'm guessing I'm a little older than you, so it reminds me of when honestly, growing up, it's more like arcade games I grew up with. Not that my hands were a lot faster then, but games like oh God, I'm gonna forget. What was the game? It was just played in a circle, but there's a lot of games similar to this. It'll come to me when I'm playing.
Naturally, yeah, no. Kind of Pac-Man vibes, kind of. Oh my gosh, stand up, pull the metal thing back, you shoot the ball.
I mean, it's even a little Galaga with pinball. Yeah, Galaga a little bit with the patterns, and I'm totally blanking on this one game's name. It's gonna come to me. I'm ready to start playing though. If you guys want me to.
Is it? Are you talking about Alien Invaders?
No, I'm talking about.
Okay, now pause there, Jack, and then wait, and then rip it once you have the same opening. So it's not this first one, but the second one.
I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. No, but like I think that's the whole joy of this game, right? Like my mom's playing this. A little fun.
This, though.
Oh yeah, there's great mobile games like this now too. Now I'm trying to figure out.
Tell me when, Ron.
Just hit this next opening, and then it'll slide with you.
Tempest. Jesus, I knew it started with a T. It was driving me crazy.
That's.
I mean, it's not really Tempest, but it's just the circular thing. But in Tempest, you were going around in a circle and shooting the sort of spider things that were coming up at you. We had that game when I worked at LucasArts, so I used to play it a lot for free.
You used to work at LucasArts?
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Yeah. How long do you have? No, well, it's a good day. I think Monkey Island's coming out today. I think the new Monkey Island, so I want to give a shout out to those guys. But yeah, I mean, it was amazing and shaped a lot of how I approach every project. And yeah, I was lucky to work there in the 90s when a lot of the games people liked were made. Monkey Island, Full Throttle. Yeah, the last game we made was a VR game for Sam and Max, which was a game I worked on at Lucas too. But I also worked on a bunch of the Star Wars games because eventually those took over, like Jedi Knight and others.
So, Mike, I consider myself a legend at Battlefront 4. Obviously, that was
that's way past my time. Yeah. I'm too old.
See,
I probably know people who worked on it. Was that even? Wasn't that made by EA though, or maybe?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It was like past the.
They've gone through waves where they do it internally and then they license everything out. I think Bounty Hunter was one ends that way. All right, I'm playing now. Is there a way to turn down the volume, or do I just got to deal with it?
Yeah, I think you may just have to deal with it. Hey, Ron, you want to cut my stream and throw on Mike's?
Dude, you're on level 7. We'll rotate to Mike's after you battle this, because 7's a big deal.
This might be the only level I get past, though.
Yeah, you just use that left and right arrow back and forth, Mike. I think you get the gist.
I do.
I'm just getting slammed.
Does up and down work, or only in certain levels?
Only sideways, no up and down.
Oh, that makes it easier.
A lot easier.
Man. Yeah, this is a lot harder.
Oh, Jack.
You really should be showing. Oh.
All right, we got you live now, Mike.
All right, here we go.
Mike made it to 2, though.
Yeah, but this is a lot harder. And I know it gets a lot harder.
Yeah, I think it's called FML for a reason.
Oh, jeez.
Easy, Mike.
Okay, that might be the end of my success.
You got
This
300.
one
you
I
can
was-
do this one.
This one I was watching, and this is nutty.
You got to shoot the gap.
Right. I should be good at this. I was good at that when I played football. That was very different.
You play
That's-
linebacker,
And
Mike?
a very long time ago. Yes.
You inside linebacker, shoot the gap.
I
there
did.
You go.
I did. Exactly.
Of course.
All right. Oh my God. This is like, are you kidding me?
Oh.
Damn.
Right now, I am hearing my football coach in my ear right now. And he's going to get down, explode up, shoot the gap.
Do
Yeah.
you play linebacker, Jack?
Defensive end and left tackle,
Nice.
if you'd believe it.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Smallest
be a-
left tackle I've ever seen.
I used to be a chunky boy.
Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, Jesus. So I have 50 lives. Okay.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't be so squeamish then.
Yeah.
I was doing that at first.
Jesus. I think
So is this
you can ask
So-
me more questions. They'll take
So
my mind
obvious-
off.
okay? Beautiful. I've got a few ready to go. So obviously, been playing a lot of Planet Mojo recently. That's your game. Is there anything outside of Planet Mojo where you've been spending time?
I mean, we look at honestly been playing other Web 2 auto chess games to, and then especially when we're doing this feedback, people say, oh, Teamfight Tactics has this feature. So we go back to that and check it out. Chess Rush, a lot of looking at a lot of Supercell games, honestly, for sort of mobile progress flows, sort of best modern monetization practices. Clearly, I can't do this and talk. I was wrong. There we go. Things like that. I think there's sort of like, sadly, I'm really doing it just for fun. Although sometimes it turns into fun if I like the game, but I want to see like, okay, how do they map out their trophy road or whatever?
Yeah.
Thought I had that.
It's literally just a timing thing. Where you just gotta. Yep. Oh.
Save myself.
Out
There
of the
you
kettle
go.
pot.
It's those
Out of the
second-
kettle pot. I've never heard that one. I like that
Out of the
one.
frying pan into the fire is what I wanted to say. I didn't land there.
Damn, one is just okay. I gotta wait for the okay. Yeah, it's that gap to move.
Yeah, no, there's definitely.
And now there we go.
Ooh.
Okay.
I think this one is a straight shot where you could just pump it right through. Like now.
Thank you.
Terrible advice.
Yeah, no, I shouldn't. I should honestly just keep my
I
mouth
should know
closed.
not to listen.
Yeah, you should.
There we go. Okay, bang. That at least shows I'm learning.
Yeah. Ooh,
I am gonna swear.
that's fine.
I may start throwing things at the screen. Didn't know
The
you could
game's
do
called
that.
Fuck My Life, so I mean, I think they gotta respect
Thank you
it.
for explaining that. I didn't know that.
Yes, of course.
What happened? I ran out of time.
Ran out of
Yeah.
time.
We can rip
Oh,
one. Let's rip one more. You got 2 more tries. We got enough time for at
All
least one.
All right. What the hell?
Jack, how do you think it's going? Is it what you expected? The game?
The game is exceptional. I'm having a bunch of fun. My preconceived notion of how a gaming stream would go has been absolutely trashed.
Tossed out the window. It's gone.
What did you say?
We were like, yeah, we could probably, play the game a little, talk a little. No, that's
No.
out of the cards.
We have all these like really well written questions right for this interview. No, it's too
No.
much. It's too much.
Way too much.
You think you could talk about maybe some of the other auto battler games?
No, not till I get past this level. No, I mean, the one thing, I think with our game, since we knew it was going to be a Web3 game, right? And we were looking at auto chess games, most of them work where you have a shared deck, right? And we were like, that's not going to work, right, in a Web3 game because we want people to own their assets. So there's not a lot of incentive if you don't own your assets. So around that, as we were designing it, Thank you.
Let's go.
As we were designing it, Supercell started testing Clash Mini, and that is more with a own deck approach where you're building teams, and so you're taking some of the meta and the strategy outside the match, and it turns into more of a collection game, and you're winning champions and different units in the matches, and that just fit a lot better. So we've looked at that a lot as well, but we didn't want to go quite as casual as they've gone. So sort of somewhere in between, sort of, I think, TFT and those games and what Supercell is doing. We want it to be accessible. As I said, we've added these spell stones to the game, which is pretty different, and that's something sort of players will have to learn. And we want to add tons of those as well. Those aren't even NFTs initially, but they could be eventually. And I'm gonna die. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, you just got to shoot the gap on that one.
I just have to stop talking.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, let's lock in. Let's get you to level 4.
So, Ronan, you don't have a super strong background in crypto gaming. You are a DeFi finance guy. Would you say this is accurate?
Give or take.
What gets you most excited about crypto games? And have you found a game so far where you're like, I'd play this?
No, I'm actually having a blast playing this right now. I never got another, I mean, I don't really think any crypto game has caught real adoption yet. So nothing that's like Axie or any of the play to earn stuff I haven't done.
Did you ever play Axie?
No.
Not good. Like good?
Not good.
Like good, but you could tell there's a lot of meat on the bone left in terms of like the game development space.
Naturally.
Yeah. Like it was and I'm being harsh, it was a well-made game. I just didn't have the most fun playing it.
Have you checked out Origin, their new one?
No, I have not.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't write them off. I know like a lot of the shines wore off them, but I've talked to some of the designers and just follow what they're doing. And I think, for the whole space, we want them to succeed. Plus they have more analytics and data than anybody in this space. Sure. And if you watch closely what they're doing now, it's very similar in ways to things we're putting in place and planning on. I mean, again, it's got to be fun game first.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm looking right here.
My background with video games generally, Jack, was Call of Duty, FIFA, etc. Your kind of mainstream, whatever type AAA games, and then more niche stuff like I'd rip the Pokemon NDS. What was it? The NDS translator, so you could put it on your phone after the NDS. Oh, total sidetrack, real quick. Have you guys seen how
emulator.
much the emulator? Yes.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen how much the Nintendo 3Ds are going for, like the XL ones, after they said they were going? So they stopped producing them, Mike, and instantly they just, rip. I don't know. They're definitely like over $1,000 now, which is crazy.
Interesting.
But I was playing like PSP games back in the day a lot.
Oh yeah, we had a PSP. We made a game, a DS game. It was going to be a PSP game. It was called Insecticide. You can look it up. Part 1's on Steam. Then the company lost their funding, so we didn't get to finish the PC version. But it was kind of ahead of the wave of indie games. It was like the first wave of those. But I'm curious too. I got to go in a minute, but so I'm just curious, honestly. Now, I don't usually look to talk about LucasArts, but like just because you guys what games do you know, the older games, or is more those modern ones like you were saying?
Definitely more the modern ones
things
myself.
Monkey Island. Have you heard of those games?
Oh, definitely heard of them. My older cousins used to play those type games, and they tried to put me on, but they used to whip on me so bad that I didn't like them. So.
Yep. Yeah, it's a different. It's at least for us, you see a lot of the ethos of those games sort of move into other games, even like, RPGs and stuff with the storytelling and adventure 100%. Aspects and dialogue trees. Knights 100%. Of the Old Republic, for sure.
Mm-hmm. For me, so I just Googled this, and I know it was announced by LucasArts. I don't know how much they played a hand in the development, but the Lego Star Wars games were a staple of my childhood.
Naturally.
Yeah. The only funny story, I was gone. I think those were starting right around when I left. I left after Dark Forces 2, but I think it was around the time. Well, I don't know what games they were making. They were making a bunch of games. It was made in Britain by Traveler's Tales, and the person who went over to check on it, they didn't. I don't think they gave it much credence. Like, oh, Lego Star Wars, whatever. And then they went over. They hadn't seen. It wasn't like internet, so you could just here's a video. So they went over there, saw the game, and the person came back, and they were just like, yeah, this is like better than anything we're building internally. We need to make more of these. So that's what I remember about that. But I love those games too, as an adult.
Of course.
I will never forget the dopamine shot of when you break your first Lego guy and he goes into a million pieces. I don't know, there's something about that.
And you're like, and then it comes together.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. Well, thanks for letting me do this.
Dude,
I'll try my other plays, see if and then there's like other games.
You'll qualify. You got the level 4. I bet. Nobody gets eliminated in this round, so you should be good.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, great idea. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right,
we got a little more to go. See you, Mojo Mike.